Live from the studios of Real Life Matters with your incredible host, DBoss, as she brings you entertainment, fashion, music, and interviews. Right here live at Real Life Matters. And here we go. Sit back and relax, cause we good to go. And we about to hit you off with the TV show. And we keeping it live, and we keep it brand new. And now we about to hit you with the interview. Yeah, we keeping it real, and we put it on the platter. What we talking about? Real Life Matters. Certified, never taking a loss. And here's your host, DBoss.
Welcome, everybody, to another great episode of Real Life Matters. And I am your host, DBoss. And I know everybody's getting into holiday season and we're doing all kinds of things and we're eating a lot. But you know what? Keep doing your laughing tips for 10 to 15 minutes or more, because that's going to really, really, really help you out. Because a lot of people have been doing it for years with me. Just don't stop, because it lowers your blood pressure. It helps you tones your abs. But, as I tell people, don't stop going to the gym because of that. Keep doing it. And I know after this holiday season and everybody's been eating stuff, you're going to have to do a whole set of laughing. And, the laughing is not just for one person. It's also for the whole family. It's free. It's good for the soul. It helps you warm up in different avenues of life. And we're going to, just wishing everybody all the best for the seasons. People that have maybe lost people this year, just give them a chin up. Just wish everybody all the best. Try to enjoy yourself and start to make your goals for the new year. Yes, I know a lot of people do make their goals for the new year, but then all of a sudden they come and they make some reason they don't do it. But let's make this 2026 the year and the time when everybody will complete all their goals and their aspirations and their dreams. All right. Wow, this is something to see here. We got a former NFL player, and he's doing all types of things. We're going to find out what he's doing. His company is WILIAMS Training System, and it's just limited to that. We're going to find out what he's into, what he's doing, what he wished he would have done before he did this, and maybe, give you a little bit of advice on what he is doing. So we're going to get right into it with Wally J Williams Jr.
Hi.
I got to put my glasses on to make sure I got your name and everything right. So I can see, but I can't see,
It's always some kind of struggle, right? There's always something going on.
And I see you got the tip. I see you got the laughing tips. Do you do that? Some of that?
That's part of the deal. If you're not out here having fun with this whole deal, okay, well, why are you out here? So everything with me is built around meeting people, having fun, and see how we can have positive organic energy around. How can we build that? So that's always been at the forefront for me.
All right. So here at Real Life Matters, we like to know where people come from and their cultural background.
Well, with me, I'm a Florida guy. I'm from down south in Tallahassee, Florida, born and raised, and somewhat unique. And I've always considered my development somewhat unique. I was afforded a lot of opportunities to expand and do a lot of things. My family is deep rooted in education and actually development in many different ways. So. Born and raised in Tallahassee, Florida, born in on the campus of Florida A&M University. Of course, that's also where I went to college and all those things. So I was born in the same university hospital in which I ultimately graduated from. So talk about growing up and being in the same neighborhood. My middle school, high school, and college, university were on the same street. so yes. I was.
Well, you couldn't skip school or anything.
I couldn't skip school, and my mom would take me to school all through high school. I went to school with her, and the high school was so close. She would actually come in and bang on my dorm room door when I was in college. So I
What? Well,
figured
that must have been fun.
out. So I had to stay focused on the objective here. I had to stay focused on what we were doing and what our family was doing, and what we did was engage in the
And no
community.
ladies up in the room, because then she would be, mm-hmm.
No
Out.
ladies, no ladies. Advice for you young men out there: no ladies, no girlfriends in high school, no nothing like that. Academics, work, and being a great student and trying to pursue, my dreams and get into college. That was the main objective: get into college and give yourself a chance from there. So, and it wasn't any kind of frills. No, it was all business, and it's not for the weak at heart. I can say that it's not for the weak
All
at
right.
heart.
Tell us how it
So
is, right?
I tell you exactly how it is. My dad's a general contractor, so we build houses, um,
Okay.
masonry and concrete work, and my mother's a school teacher. So between work and school and practice and church, I had a pretty full schedule. But those things, of course, kept me busy. It kept me engaged into things fundamentally that you have to have when you get out here in this big bad world, and being able to come back and digress at times and come back home and be in that environment. It always kept me stable. When things got too big, it always was a opportunity for me to come home, and my family gave me those things early on in my life, early on in my career.
All right. So, how did you feel when you were picked to become an NFL football player?
Um, Mixed emotions. Maybe not
Mm-hmm.
is not the same story that maybe a lot of guys talk about and want to have because it's so glorious and all those things, and it is. But for me, I was not drafted coming out of college. I went to small historically black university, Florida A&M, of course, and I was not drafted. I sat through the draft and watched the whole thing and watched, what 240 guys' names called before me. And even though I was excited about the opportunity, I did not like not being drafted. And because of that, I kind of had a chip on my shoulder. I played with a little bit of intensity and fury, and was able to, manipulate that into 10 years out there playing and having a pretty long and solid career. So it was something that I always wanted to do as a kid, uh, something that I envisioned, and when I got the opportunity, I was able to do a pretty good job, and I was very fortunate to have some great people around me, great coaches. Bill Belichick was my first coach coming out of college and playing for the Cleveland Browns, and then playing for the Baltimore Ravens, and ultimately retiring as a New Orleans Saint. So, um,
You played all them. Oh my God.
yes, I was able to do that and just have a solid career and ultimately fulfill a dream. How many kids get an opportunity to say, I want to be a professional athlete, and then actually become a
Keep it
professional
going.
athlete? And I feel very fortunate, very blessed to be able to have that as a profession.
Right. And you kept it going. So, what kept you to keep going and have all these positive reviews and and not get caught up, because some of these people get caught up in all kinds of things, the athletes, how that happens. So
And the thing that really keeps me grounded and always kept me grounded, has always been my family. I never at one point forgot or will ever forget what I go out there and what I play this game for. And yeah, personally for me, but it's for the name on the back of the jersey. And that name, I represent so many other people who have helped me and guided me throughout my entire career. And, I don't walk out there by myself. I walk out there
mhm.
with the people who have helped me. I walk out there with my faith, and I pay respect to those things. My gratitude is being able to walk out there and then walk off when I'm finished and walk off that field on my own terms without being totally injured. We know about the injuries that happen to athletes, all these things. And I'm very fortunate
Yeah.
to kind of get out of there unscathed and be able to celebrate those things with my family. And those are the things that I'm passionate about. I have 5 kids. Okay, being able to grow up with my
Oh my
kids. And yes, yes, yes. To be able to be a young dad with my kids and not, and not be
God.
broken up and not be active for those guys. So those are the things that are very gratifying to me. Be able to have that experience, live my dream, celebrate it with my family, and then ingratiate them with everything they need to do to be professionals and be, people that we can look forward to as strong young men and women in this community. So
Are any
I
of your
raise my
kids
kids the
going?
same way.
Is any of your kids going to go to do football or no?
My kids had their run, but we are
Oh,
we are involved in athletics in some kind of way.
okay.
My oldest son is a scout at the University of Kansas, so he actually evaluates talent and spent a little time in the NFL. My number 2 son, he played college football at Youngstown State University in Youngstown,
Mhm.
Ohio. So my boys and my youngest son played football at John Carroll University, and all those guys are about to graduate, but we're not going pro. But those guys
Okay.
have found their way, but they had their experiences. They had their experiences, and just for the experience alone, I really like to tell people, athletics teaches you so many other things outside of the game. It teaches you how
Right.
to build camaraderie. It teaches you how to build competitive spirit. It teaches you how to communicate. So, the point was never to become pros. I never, put it on my kids to become pros, even play football. But I did stress that you have an activity to where you're working with other individuals and you're able to and build communication, because those things carry on with you as you go through life.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you stressed that and you said that because everybody wants to be a professional pro. This they want to be a model, they want to be an actor, but they don't realize how much things you have to go through to get there. So you better make sure you have a backup plan.
That's
You
that's
know.
exactly that's exactly right. I mean, as much as I played football, I've always had
Mhm.
other opportunities to do other things and to make sure. Even playing, yes, but like I said earlier, my family was in construction and education,
Right.
so those things never left. Our family kept going. We built, about 120 houses at the end of the day, and have a subdivision in this area within the education field. Well, that's part of the Williams training thing that I do with my kids and train these young men and develop these young men to want to be college student athletes. And mind you, I said student athletes first. Student first. You have to be the student to be the athlete. So that's a main
In
stressor
school.
what I teach these young men. You got to be in school, man. Look, you can't be a football player. You can't be a baseball player. Or you have to go to school.
School.
Understand that. I went to school first, and I was a broadcast journalism major. Okay, so you have to go to school, okay, and make this work for you in order to give yourself an opportunity.
Wow. You see, so from after you finished your career with football, so then you went and opened this training. That's
Well,
correct.
actually,
Or you had it going the same time.
the training came actually later. Okay, this is what I actually did because, like I
Oh,
said, I was a broadcast journalism major in school. I've been in radio and television for the last 26 years, and I do podcasts. I do radio shows in Baltimore
wow.
area. I cover the Baltimore Ravens there locally, so I've been doing that. That was my first gig out of retirement. Okay, radio and television because I like being in air conditioning and I like wearing suits. Okay, it's a little better.
Well, we can
Little better
wear we
gig.
can wear whatever we want now. The women have more freedom.
So I love doing that. Um, and the Williams training thing. Now that's interesting because as an offensive lineman, fans out there who know about us offensive linemen, we're big guys. We're usually big,
Mhm.
strong guys. I'm probably one of the smaller versions of them. I'm about 6'2". I'm about 260 right now, 265. But my playing
You're
days
only
I played
6'2"? I
about.
thought you were taller than that.
Oh, I'm 6'2". I'm 6'2" on a good day. Okay. And all my buddies are 6'6", 6'7", all the big monsters out there. So I'm one of the shorter guys out there running around on the field. But those things gave me an advantage in certain ways, and and it helped me in certain ways as well. It wasn't, you can't be intimidated. You just have to use what you have,
Okay.
So, the opportunities that were warranted to me were more or less taken, not given. And look, it was done with a lot of detail, a lot of systematic approach, and that's where the training came from. Because the way I approached the game, I wanted to make sure that these young men out here had a template of operation, just a order that you can have in your brain to say, I can be physically and mentally prepared to play this game. We think offensive linemen like myself and the other guys that played before me and playing right now, we think that job is a skill, just like boxing, okay, just like hitting a baseball, just like any other thing, taking a jump shot. We think our job and our position is a taught skill. So me and a couple of my teammates to come together, put together a company. Um, and the parent company of what I do and what I deal with is LB O-Line Performance. That's my teammate, LaCharles Bentley, out there in Arizona. And I was allowed to parallel that and have my own company down here in Tallahassee, Florida, which is Williams Training Systems. And we go through the amount of detail to teach every young man the specialty and the art of body development, form, okay, attention to detail, and preparations for becoming the best possible football player that you can become. So we teach that. It is a science. Okay, we have a training, videos, and all those things for every possible
Wow.
thing. So we've been doing that for about 15, well, yeah, almost 18 years now, and it's well, right now it's intertwined in a lot of NFL teams, a lot of college teams. It's a
Wow.
worldwide thing. We have a parent company, well, a sister company over in Germany, and it's great. The great part of this is that it has taught me international business. You know, um, American football, okay, is
Okay.
now becoming a global market. Much like basketball in other markets. Basketball plays games all over the world, China, all these things. Well, now we see football having that same kind of mantra and building, football clubs all over the world now. We're in Europe now. We're in the Caribbean now. We're in Africa now,
Mhm.
where we're having all these programs coming up now, but we're developing athletes who want to have an opportunity to fulfill some of their dreams. So the game is reaching out as well, and we're trying to get to as many people as we possibly can to get everybody an opportunity to get a piece of that athletic American pie right there, and open the opportunity for everybody to play the game.
All right. So what's up? What are you doing now? What's up now? What kind of awards have you won?
Well, I coach high school football. I coach high school football down here in Tallahassee,
Wow.
Florida, and we just finished up our football season down here, and we've had a successful program down here. We've been, we didn't win state this year, but we're in the playoffs, and we've been in the playoffs. I think if I was correct, I think we've been in the playoffs for the last 20 straight years. So it's a thing that we look forward to having our kids go through down here. The objective here again is to build strong young men who
Hmm.
understand the objective out there for them as student athletes. So we have about 7 of our kids who played college football this year, and 3 of our kids were drafted in the NFL this year as well. When those things came out early part of the season, so that is what we do here. That is what we continue to build. Um, I said my son is a scout, so I send my kids up to Kansas and other universities to fulfill their dreams so they can, um, um, you know, keep working, and keep staying focused. And of course, once you have that platform as a professional athlete or as an athlete, period, you get to expand and take on other personal interests out there the way you can be an influencer, to a new generation. So we make sure we give our kids every platform to do that.
Wow. Oh my God, you're so busy. I don't. That's a lot of stuff. Uh, well,
It's important. It's important to it's a responsibility. And one thing about being a professional athlete, people don't understand just the general responsibility that you have, really, to be a leader. And as long as I've been moving in that space, and I've learned a lot along the way, that's a great space for me to be in, to be at the apex of leadership and trying to motivate these young men. And that's how it goes back to how I was raised. Okay. Mom's a school teacher, dad's a general contractor. We had a business, and it went back to all those things I did in the community and being an influence in that space. And to tell you the truth, it hasn't changed too much now that I'm 55. Okay. And, have a grandfather now and all those things. It's still the same comfort space for me.
Oh, all right. So do you get people coming from Canada into your school, into your training program?
You know what? I'm trying to. I am trying my best to, because we have our development programs are all over the place. And, look, I know that, I know you guys know, all you viewers out there know that we have a lot of NFL players who come out of Canada. Okay. And they're great assets to their teams, and they're high quality players. So we don't oversee or overlook any country. You see, I got my Blue Jays hat because of their season.
Oh!
I'm a Blue Jays fan. All right, so you check that out. All right, I'm down here in Florida. I got my Blue Jays stuff. So look, we watch, we pay attention.
We're gonna take it next year. We're gonna take it. We're gonna take it. There he is. We took a little bruising there, but we're okay. No one was talking about nothing after that. So nobody want to hear nothing.
Hey, we'll be back. Jays will be back. I have every amount of confidence that Jays will be back next year to go ahead and close the deal. So
they're gonna close it.
But
they just want to get everybody to wake up again to baseball.
That's right. That's right. Oh, I just forgot about this. I was drafted by the Montreal Expos in high school, and I played baseball too. So I was almost a Canadian when I was 18.
Wow. You see?
Yes.
Everybody comes. A lot of good people come out from us here.
Yes. Yes.
So you have any shout outs for any people for your that helped you along? You have any shout outs to give?
Yeah, of course. I could talk all day. I mean, I got shout outs to I had to first start shout out to my family. Without them, I would be nothing. I mean, shout out to all my coaches, whether it was Coach Riley, who was a Hall of Fame NFL player, and Bill Belichick, one of the probably greatest coaches of all time at the end of the day, or Jack Henry, my O-line coaches, everybody, Kirk Ferentz. Kirk is the head coach at the University of Iowa. He's been there for a long time. I mean, Pat Hill, all these men are very successful in their coaching ranks and how they have gone about their careers. And I've just been very fortunate to have great men around me to guide me. Even now, Florida High School, all those guys there where I coach now, that was my high school coach, and I still work with my high school coach, and we're in the same bracket of mentorship and all those things. So I just had a very fortunate life. The Baltimore Ravens, the New Orleans Saints, the Cleveland Browns, all these people have afforded me, great luxuries and great opportunities, and I'm just very, very gracious and very, very blessed to be able to network with these organizations, to give me a platform to continue to grow on and to be here, even talking right here today and being on this platform and being able to continue.
I know, I'm so honored. I'm like, oh my gosh, to get you guys is very hard.
so
I am a little time out for me.
Yes, I am excited about being with the boss. So that's what it's all about networking, being great people, and being able to put positive messages out there. So I appreciate the opportunity. I really do.
All right. Well, you got to come back and tell people where they can reach out to you if they need, they want to come to the training, the Williams training, and they want to get involved in it. Can you tell them where they can follow you and find you?
Yeah, you can reach me on Facebook. I'm Wally Williams right there. You can reach me on IG, Wally Williams 63_63. And check out some of the videos that I post. I do a little bit of AI work as well. Maybe we'll talk about that another time. And my
yes, you can come on. Yeah, AI
programmer. Okay. So that's a little tease for maybe next time. But all those things are very positive things that I enjoy doing. So definitely get out there and check my message. Check out some of my training moves that I put out there that I have my kids doing. So it's a great time and great energy.
Wow. Well, of course, you're going to come back here again. and you're going to, be here because, oh my, it was just like the time.
Yes. Yeah. Anytime. Anytime.
Yes.
Anytime you need me. All right.
You got your Canadian people up here that we all watch football, and I'm just so, oh my God, you're so well put together. And you see, it's all the form and the training and the professionalism that he's gotten over time. Wow.
Yes. Hey, maybe I can be your NFL contributor next year.
Yes.
So I come on every week and give you an NFL
yes.
kind of tidbit thing, and everybody knows what's going on.
I would love that. I would love that. You got to connect with Nicole, and you just can come and we can just do it, and you could just tell us, and that's it. Yeah, I need that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, so everybody, we were here with Wally J Williams. We're in, I encourage people to follow him. He knows all about the football. He's been in the football. He's been pro football. He's still involved in it in all aspects. So, I encourage everybody to, get in. You don't get these guys every day, people. And remember what he said earlier. If you're looking to be, you don't have to look to be a pro. You could do that, but mostly important, education first.
That's it. That will never leave you.
And on that note, you guys, it's not going to be the last you're going to see of him, because we as you heard it said, if you missed the episode, you're going to see it. So I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. Real Life Matters here with Wally J Williams on his journey. So everybody, and the journey continues on. So good night, everybody, and bye for now.
All right, join us next time at Real Life Matters with your host, DBoss, as she brings you some more entertainment, fashion, music, and interviews right here on Real Life Matters. We got to go. Okay, that's it, we got to go. And we just hit you off with a TV show. And we kept it hot, and we kept it brand new. And we just hit you off with an interview. And we kept it real, and we put it on the platter. Talking about that Real Life Matters. Certified, never taking a loss. And that was your host, DBoss.